Thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to stay up to date with our latest content.
And hey, don't forget, check out our Patreon where you can be part of the dream and enjoy this transaction.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Microtransaction. Ooh, that pop, baby. Welcome to the Microtransaction. I'm your host, Liquid, and joining me today, per usual, I have the man, the myth, the legend, the man who puts the action into the Microtransaction, Chris. Chris, how are you today?
Bro, I'm just here looking out into Gotham City, patrolling the streets right now, and I'm wondering, is there any villains or anybody who's maybe using some hacks in video games?
Oh,
So I'm looking out for them.
Okay, hacks in video games. Oh, I see. Yeah, you're on the. I see the cityscape behind you. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking out. You make sure nobody's hacking in Halo. Making sure Call of Duty's still running well. Psych, it's not running well. It's never been running well.
But it could be worse.
Battlefield, we're looking at you. Okay. So spoilers. That's kind of what we're talking about today. Here, we're going to talk a little about Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, the big three that dropped within this last week or two. We're gonna touch up on what else are we touching up on? Hold on, let me pull up my show notes. I'm so unprepared.
What are the show notes, you coward?
All
Jesus.
right.
And I'm not doing the same.
Is Saints Row being delayed? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Did we expect it? Are we surprised? We'll see. Sony sales dropping along with Nintendo, but Sony's the big guy, so we gotta talk about Sony. And then we may touch up on Bobby Kotick and all his little little sexual fantasies, little nasty bastard.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
Well, yeah.
Spoiler alert, he's a bitch.
Spoilers. Es un bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
But all things considered, Liquid, I'm just gonna jump into our first topic and saying hashtag Chris was right. You all called me crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, hey bro, there's a hot rumor. Liquid's like, Chris, you handsome bitch. There's no way you could be right. And here we are on the ones and twos. Just, bro. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Xbox controllers, baby. Yeah. Xbox.
You're using the Astro?
Yeah, that's what I've been using. And it's got a sweet PlayStation logo right there. Just throwing it out there.
Bro. And, but this is going to be, don't worry. This is
yeah.
good.
Here,
He doesn't,
should I take this apart online right now? Just
bro,
I got my little
do it, you
tool
coward.
here. Go ahead.
But yeah,
you want to get into it? Let's talk about it.
Yeah. First of all, happy birthday, Xbox. We haven't officially said it, so let's say now it was the 20th anniversary of Xbox, and we're like, I didn't plan to put it in the show notes, but I'm going to do it now. But just like Xbox had a presentation to show off, basically its console or its lifespan, essentially, and boy, was it awesome. I feel like, I see a lot of scissor reels with Nintendo and stuff like that, but even when Nintendo was like before I was born, really, like we're talking 83 and stuff like that. And so like there's something like, but the Xbox, I was there every step of the way. Like I remember, ew.
You can take out the whole module, just pop it right off.
That's kind of cool. Okay. All right. Anyway, so while Liquid's doing that, but just getting to see it and seeing that like they're coming out with a 6-part documentary about the Xbox and everything's going on, and they said the Red Rings of Death, and I was like, there's no way you can bring it up. No.
Where's
and
that
I'm excited
coming to?
because I don't know yet, but I think it's just they're gonna throw it online.
Okay.
But I'm excited because me and Liquid are both fans of like raising Kratos. And so more video game documentaries, yes please.
Yes.
So I am stoked for that. I honestly believe you will see a review on this channel about the history of Xbox, because like me and Liquid, both get super nerdy, and if you want to get super nerdy with us, just hop on in. It's gonna be rad. But they talk about the history, and they say the final push for FPS boosts, and it went out, but with a bang, with 76, I want to say, titles that are coming out, including Sonic the Hedgehog. Bro, can we talk about it? Bro, bouncing around at the speed of sound. Come on, man. Dude. And people are playing it, and supposedly it's not bad.
That thing is bad. I don't care what people say. Like, you have to be like a real big. You were talking about the Sonic 06, is what you're talking about. For those who don't know, and
I'm talking about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, which is also known as Sonic 06 to us in the community, and that game is not good. Like, I know it's so funny because there are people out there that will try to just try to like yell from the rooftops. And it's only just one guy who's always like, "Yay!" and like
yelling from the rooftops.
Yeah, he's trying his hardest. There you go. So yeah, he's yelling from the rooftops, and then you got some people even like will try to yell for the Werehog, the on Sonic from Sonic Unleashed. So, dude, no, man, we don't need that. But I do want to. I'm glad you brought that up here because I feel like when we saw the 20th anniversary like what do you call it? Like live stream, I guess you call it stream. Mm-hmm. When they posted it, I feel like, you know, the big news was Halo Infinite dropping, right? That was it. After that, like, I'm like, wait, there's supposed to be a Halo Paramount Plus thing that's happening, and I feel like nobody's talking about it. Because I'm like, oh, what'd you say, Halo Infinite's out? Like, no, like, fuck all that other shit. First of all, who has Paramount Plus? Let's get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
who's gonna get the free subscription for the month when it goes out?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, you're gonna want, so you're gonna want to get that. The good thing about Paramount Plus is I think it's still only $5 right now. I think it's like the minimum you need. So yeah, perfect.
And South Park is on there, and they're doing South Park when they get older.
Oh, really?
Did you see the trailer for that?
No, I haven't. I didn't even hear about this.
We may have to do our reactions on that.
When did that drop?
Yesterday?
Wow, I had no idea. Bro, this is news to me.
But they show Stan and Kyle older.
That sounds. I don't even want to think about that. Like, that doesn't sound like. Okay, is it in good taste? Like, it doesn't cringe? You don't cringe at all?
You have to stay tuned and find out. Liquid.
Is Matt Stone and Trey Parker part of it? Fuck you, Chris. Fuck you, bro. Anyways. Well, let's talk about, let's really get into the weed of things here. So, Battlefield came out. It's not good, at least from what I've seen here. It doesn't appear to be that good. We got little boats going up buildings. We got just textures just not being there, or just being just ugly, muddy, just not existent almost. It just looks bland.
Buildings not having collision. Yeah,
no collision with buildings. It seems to be a clusterfuck, and that's not the only thing we're talking about. We're also going to talk about Vanguard. All right, Vanguard. I don't think it doesn't seem to be having as much problems as Battlefield. However, it's still having problems. Whether that be in the pro scene or the casual, or what would you call that scene here? Just the pub scene, the pub, humans. Yeah, pubs.
You see, pub has the thing. I guess casual has a negative connotation too.
Yeah,
just say normal folk.
All you normies out there. For all you normies out there, you stupid normies.
See, don't let Liquid. Okay, first of all, guys, he's full of cap right now. Okay, I was there in the Discord call when Liquid is cussing this game to the sun. First of all, that was a Sunday. Monday, he didn't touch it so much. And that's getting to Halo. I'm gonna go back to Call of Duty. I'm gonna go start you off at Battlefield. I'm gonna start at Battlefield.
Okay.
You want to take that walk with me? He's gonna take.
Please.
So the thing is, me and Liquid, optimistic when it comes to Battlefield. We're like, you know what? Maybe this will be the one. And the absolute catastrophe this game is astounding. Like, every time Battlefield just gave an inch forward, made the audience believe that it could be more than the sum of its parts, it decided it failed. Because of Halo, we realized that like the first person community was starving for something new and fresh, and Battlefield, this was its time, and it was a mess.
Yes.
Like, honestly, and I'm gonna just say this, I was gonna say this to the end. If you're on Xbox Game Pass, you're allowed 10 free hours, and Justin Patreon of the show said it best. Oh, you shouldn't have. Because not that you shouldn't have, it's just you shouldn't have, because I'm not gonna play this game.
Right.
People who I know, like Angry Joe, like, and I forget, the name is slipping right now, but like these people that I know love Battlefield and like the franchise, even they were like, this is not good. And like it launching without a scoreboard, and for a premium price, I might add.
Right.
Like if you played the game early, you paid upwards to $100 to play this game in the most broken state there is.
Right.
And it's just EA being disgusting EA. Like, they knew what they were delivering to the audience, and they still did it. Like, it's just gross, Liquid.
It really is. And it's funny you said that, because I wanted to go back to kind of how you started here. I was excited for Battlefield. I was more excited for Battlefield than I was for Vanguard, dude. And out of playing them, let's say if I had to choose between those two, I would choose Vanguard over Battlefield. You know what I'm saying?
Easy.
And it's just like, and I don't even like Vanguard that much, but from the little bit that I have, that I have played, even though I still don't think it's great. I still prefer Cold War more than Battlefield. I'm sorry, God, I keep saying Battlefield more than Vanguard. I still prefer Black Ops Cold War, even though it's not a lot of people's favorite. I still prefer that even over Vanguard. But still, yeah, Vanguard looks at least somewhat finished compared to Battlefield. Battlefield doesn't even everything they showed us. I was so excited. I'm like, oh, this will be the first time that I'm leaving Call of Duty and going to Battlefield. I thought that was like, and I was like, man, holy crap! Like, I was excited for this. I'm like, the only thing that was stopping me from getting this game was the fact that it seemed like none of my friends were getting the game. That's the only thing that stopped me. And even the 10 hours, even before the game launched, I was convinced that I wasn't going to use the 10 hours immediately, because I'm like, the game's going to probably have bugs or server issues, just like it always does. I didn't think it was going to have this kind of catastrophe. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect this. So I still have my 10 hours. I still plan on using it. I still want to go to the game, but I got to wait for all that shit to be cleaned up. And you know what? Maybe I won't go back to the game, because there's a third competitor that stepped into the arena, and I'm having a lot of fun playing with him. That sounds terrible.
Boy, guys Vanguard team bat. Like, I think I'm gonna because I'm about to gush. All right,
Yeah.
Are we ready for the Chris gushing time?
Yeah, please.
Okay, Liquid, like playing Call of Duty. He was lying to you like sons of bitches. How much of the campaign you played with Call of Duty?
I downloaded it.
Exactly. Liquid's full of shit. He loves Call of Duty, all right? But the thing is, Liquid hasn't touched Call of Duty. You know why?
No.
Because Halo Infinite and the Master Chief is back, and it's taken the gaming community by storm. I believed Halo 3 in 2007 said believe, and I believed Liquid.
Okay.
I hoped and prayed. I was like, please let this game go.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of reasons for nuts, but then with the beta and with gameplay we're seeing, with campaign gameplay that launched as of recording today,
And the messaging alone, just them talking. Like, we saw one fumble probably when they were just like, yeah, I like to, when they were trying to do a little live stream with them playing the game, and it's just like, okay, like that's but even that was barely even, like, nobody was complaining about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. Besides us, I mean, I know we were complaining about it, but nobody on the internet was really like, okay, guys, blah blah. Everybody was still singing its praises for how good the fights were. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Carry on.
No, it's okay. I love you. Anyway, so
I needed that.
No, like, so like, just it happened, guys. Halo got shadow dropped. It was amazing. We heard rumors, but it was one of these things like, nah, it's impossible. It would be too awesome if it did happen. And Xbox decided to believe in themselves, and I think it's because Battlefield has got such a poor reaction. I think it's one of those things like, should we? And then Battlefield flopped. Call of Duty wasn't. The people were like, oh my god, Vanguard, and they were like, I think that's when they just do like any and I know these plans happen months before and all this and all that, but I think it's one of those things where like, hey guys, we made the right decision, and they leaned into it. And honestly, everyone on my friends list, every big YouTuber, everyone is playing Halo right now and loving it. It's like, what year is this? Battlefield's broken. Call of Duty is not the king of the mountain. Nope. And Halo's running supreme. I didn't know 2007 called, bro.
Yeah, it's wild. It's different. I didn't think so. Like, I didn't think it was gonna happen, to be honest with you. I had my doubts. 343 hasn't proven it to me yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I liked Halo 5, but I didn't love it. You know what I'm saying? Like granted, I played a lot of it, but it's just like I couldn't say that. Hey, like, I like this over Call of Duty, for example. I couldn't say that at all. I couldn't even say that about Halo 3. I'll be honest with you. I couldn't. That's just how you gotta understand. I'm in a different area, bro. I'm a different breed, bro. But so, like, now though, seeing Call of Duty and Vanguard and then playing Halo, I'm like, oh boy, I want to be the best Halo player there is. I want to be the very best, bro. I'm like, Papa! Yeah, I wanna play more. I want to get better. You know what I'm saying? I do, you know. And don't get me wrong, oddly enough, I had a conversation. Me and Frank had a text message. By the way, fuck Frank. My brother Frank. He's like, hey,
the worst.
You want to play COD tonight? And I was like, I told him, yeah. I'm like, listen, the only way I'm gonna play Call of Duty now is probably if Frank wants to play. That's the only way I see myself playing this game now. Other than that, it's all Halo now, you know. So,
you know, I love it.
And I wanted to talk about. I wanted to, now that we're kind of talking about Vanguard and Halo. You know, Battlefield, we already know it's a shit show. I'm not even gonna that horse is beaten to death.
Okay, real quick, I wanted to ask you a question before we exit Battle. I want to ask you a question, Liquid.
Okay. What's up?
Do you think Battlefield is dead?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be completely dead. I think they'll fix it. I think it'll have. I don't know if it'll have some sort of a revival. Like, if are you asking me, do you think Battlefield as a franchise is dead or just 2042?
Franchise.
I don't think as a franchise is dead. No.
I do.
Really? Do you have any like reasons? Like any?
We had a couple called Battlefields, but it was never number one. Like, EA so desperately wanted it to be.
Right.
And then I feel like this is just a nail in the coffin. And I think Call of Duty is still. I think they're doing what Halo 3 to Reach did. It was still being carried by its name. Because Call of Duty Warzone people fucking love.
Right.
And Call of Duty has a repertoire of games. Like, you want to talk about the bad ones, sure. But if you talk about the bad ones, you got to talk about the good Call of Duties, right? And then it becomes like Liquid, you didn't like 2019's Call of Duty so much, but you were nitpicking. In comparison to show where gaming was before Ovid,
yeah,
and after Ovid,
right?
Where you're talking about like, oh, it didn't do this, and this, and you're like, well, this is broken.
Right.
So, I think this is the last Battlefield we see for a decade.
Well, really? So, okay, and because I was gonna ask a question here. I was gonna say, like, do you think they try again? But you're saying a decade from now. That's as early. You see, I think they tried a little earlier than that. It's hard to say though, because you know how EA is. EA will drop you within a dime. It'll just like in a heartbeat, just drop you. Mm-hmm. So I think you're onto something, but I just can't say. I feel like there's got to be at least another one within a few years. There's gonna be another one. I'll see. I can't wait.
I think they're gonna fight a little bit.
Yeah. No. I
think by this time next year, people forget Battlefield even exists.
I think Battlefield comes back and it's gonna be free to play. That's what I'm thinking. I think they're seeing, hey, Warzone, hey, Halo, we need to do this. Like, they already have their Apex Legends. They're like, which kind of sucks because they're probably competing with themselves in a way, but not necessarily if you make a different enough game. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it doesn't have to be a battle royale. It can be, but make it free to play. And honestly, I feel like they feel like they might have something at that point. I don't know if they'll have something, but I think they give it one last shot. I think they do.
I think they do, but when they get the shot, I don't think anyone will care, because I don't know. This won't happen until next year. Call of Duty is gonna have a new COD, even if the COD is broken, which I think it's going to be. It's still gonna generate hype. Warzone's still a thing. Halo hopefully will have its BR. And if the BR comes out by this time next year, that is the ultimate nail in the coffin, because people already know the game is good. People have already liked it. You know how many times I see on Twitter, like, hey, you know the thing that's wild about Halo that like we touched on before, but we didn't fully talk about, is how many times I see people commenting, this is my first Halo.
Oh, really? I've never thought.
And I'm seeing it over and over, and I'm seeing that coupled with I haven't played Halo since Halo Reach.
Ooh, so sorry.
But that's what stopped them and put them onto like something like COD or something else.
Yeah.
So these are people that are returning back to the franchise, getting changes and liking the game and feeling the hype and the energy, and not still getting away from Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty will have a resurgence next year. That Call of Duty needs to hit. If it doesn't, serious blood is in the water now.
Right. So I'm glad you brought that up, because that's kind of what I want to get into next now. You know, like I said, Battlefield's, we already talked about that. Whatever. Call of Duty and Halo, like as far as sort of how they stack, obviously, because like, and I'm not even talking about just Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm talking about even Warzone, right?
No, yeah, we're talking about the franchise v franchise.
Right, exactly. So franchise v franchise. And I was on Twitch and I was on just looking stuff up here the other day, and because you know, in the beginning, like before, a few weeks ago, I would have said, hey, I don't know if Halo's gonna last. That's my biggest concern, is that will it last? Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna play it. That's not changing, but will it last from a viewership standpoint? And you know, we talked about yes or no, but I feel like we haven't talked about that middle ground. I'm like, well, hell, maybe there is a world where they do coexist with Warzone and Apex and Fortnite. Maybe they do take a piece of just the pie. You know what I'm saying? They don't take the whole thing or somebody else's half, but they could take at least a piece. Yeah, and I feel like today, like I looked at Twitch here, this is the first time I've ever seen where like no big tournaments are going on in anything. So like Warzone and Halo are kind of like right there, like 54,000 viewers versus like 52,000 viewers, like right there. You know?
Okay, so yeah,
like it's starting to thin out. You know what I'm saying? Like you're starting to see Halo like starting to lower again. You know, which we expected, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, well, hell, maybe there's just a world where they just exist together. I don't think that's too crazy to think about, right?
I think that's a reality, not crazy. I think it's just a reality now. I think Halo has put its foot in the ground. It's got in, and like it's doing phenomenal on YouTube. Like when I look at, like it's funny because I click essentially the same video that each Halo YouTuber is making just to look at their numbers, and you can tell their numbers are higher.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, like their YouTube videos, people are clamoring for content, and like I see it on the YouTube side a lot, and especially like I look at Snakebite and I look at his numbers, and I'm like, ooh, like he's like buy Sentinel skins, and people like, you know, he's trying to promote that he's part of this team now.
Oh, he's part of Sentinel.
So he's like, yeah, so like he'll be random, but since like Onyx, only so many people are in Onyx team wise, right? So he'll face other pro teams, and then that video will be clipped out, and he'll show it out there, and I'm like, Optic versus, or like, you know, like FaZe versus this, or Optic versus this,
for sure.
And like now that the teams, because Halo geniusly put it on the forefront as like teams to make you care about the competitive scene. Right. So like you get invested in the brand. It's just crazy. And I know Call of Duty, there is one king this fall, winter, when it comes to FPS, and it's Halo. Halo's won this year. All right, it's just the way it is. Out of the big three that came out this year, Halo came up the winner. Liquid, do you disagree?
Man, that is tough. Only because, and this is the only reason why I say that, is because how do we determine who's the king? Because we can't go by sales, obviously, for obvious reasons. We know Warzone's free, Halo's free to play, so it's just like what determines the king? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we go by viewership? Do we go by popularity? Like, who's had more Twitter?
You see, but the thing is, when we're talking about Call of Duty, we're essentially now talking about Warzone.
Sure, right. You're absolutely right. But okay,
but I'm talking about who won. When you look at which game came out and which one is the best out of the three? Which game do you think came out the best?
I feel like it's still
Vanguard, Battlefield, or Halo?
I feel like Vanguard. No, it's Halo. Now, if we're talking about Warzone, though, we're not talking about Warzone, right? We're just talking about Vanguard.
I'm sorry. Look, I got mixed up. Okay. I'm talking about out of the three games that came out this fall, first-person shooter that like were vying for our attention.
Right.
Which one won? Which one won this fall FPS?
I feel like it's still too early to tell. Only because Halo hasn't even been out for a full week yet for us, right? It's been out for a full week at the time of this goes live, this recording, but for us it hasn't been a full week yet. So I just feel like we still need, I feel like, a little bit more data, a little more information before I can make that decision. For me, I'd say Halo personally. Absolutely, I'd say Halo.
I would say Halo too. Like
right.
I don't, like honestly, I see what you're saying, and I don't understand why you're even saying it.
I'm saying
like,
it because I am saying that because when you like, even though Vanguard has had its faults, there's surprisingly still a lot of people who like the game. And like from that, where people were just like, I'm not gonna lie, they'll say it's not Modern Warfare, but it's a really fun game. They'll say, you know, and I'm just like, even though I disagree. Like, I'm like, okay, well, that's, you know, some people's opinion. Some people do think it's a shit show. So that's why I feel like it's just still too early to tell, for me at least, from what I've noticed. You know, don't get me wrong, your boy's ears, like, you know, on the ground. Like, I want to hear, I want to know, because I do want to find that out here. But yeah, I just feel like it's too early to tell. Like, we've seen the hype of Halo and how strong it's been. Like I said, this is the first time we've seen it drop down as expected to more realistic numbers. Like I said, around that 50,000, where we're starting to see it now. It's that staying power, and I'm glad you brought up the pro scene, because I wanted to talk about that. Because sort of actually to add more to your argument here is that the Call of Duty scene, a lot of the pros in the Call of Duty side of things, even though like I watch one called his name is Shotzi, right? The dude, he's so fun to watch, right? And now he used to get like 200, 300 viewers on a stream. Now he's on Optic, so he's getting 3,000, 4,000. You know what I'm saying? It's
the Optic bump.
Yeah, he's got that, exactly. But he's been fun to watch because he's one of the sickest players when it comes to movement on the game, right? And so like, he believes this game is really fun. He likes the game, Vanguard. You know what I'm saying? And he's played Halo too. Like his stream, he'll go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? He'll go, okay, after we're done with Vanguard, we're gonna play some Halo. You know what I'm saying? So, and he comes from a Halo scene as well. He's played Halo in the pro circuit as well. So, like I said, there's people that find it fun. I wanted to touch back on the pro thing because there are a lot of pros that were complaining. I know you said they were putting, Halo or 343, they're putting the whole pro scene kind of at the forefront a little bit, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's great because now you're looking at Call of Duty players. They're sort of tweeting at, Activision, or tweeting at who I guess this would be Sledgehammer, and like, yo, what's going on? Because like Call of Duty are usually, the game comes out in November, and the competitive scene doesn't start till like February, like 4 months after the game comes out. And it's just like Halo's like a week after the game officially. I say that in quotations because we got the shadow drop, the beta essentially. But when it officially comes out, it's like a week away. You know what I'm saying? December 8th and December 17th is their first like official like competitive scene. And I'm like, there's that. And then there's the skins that are live, you know what I'm saying, that they could just buy it. And it's just like, and these are like, to help this is paychecks from the players, because they earn what do you call that? It starts with the R, I think, right? Is it residuals?
Maybe,
I don't know, or something. Royalties. They earn royalties from these purchases. That's why, hey, use code so and so to purchase this. Why do they do that? Because they make a little bit on the back end, obviously. So it's just like, yo, they can't do that right now because there is nothing on Call of Duty. You can't fucking do that. You can't sell it. So it's just like, yeah, like, what is he gonna do? Like, hey, I'll play Call of Duty. Hey, by the way, buy our skins from on Halo. They're obviously not gonna do that. Besides, I don't know how that works if a Call of Duty pro player can make money off of a Halo skin, whatever. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at, though, is that the pros, seem to be upset. Granted, some of them are coming with little comebacks, like, hey, well, think about it. 343 had essentially 6 years to make the game. This game's essentially 3 years. But that doesn't change the fact that is the Call of Duty pro scene really listening to their people? You know what I'm saying? And I think this is a good thing, though. I think this is a great thing, as a matter of fact, because Call of Duty finally has competition. All right, they finally have someone who can, light a fire under their ass and then get their shit together. Because for a while they've been sitting pretty. Let's face it, they have been. They just been sitting there. Nobody's really been taking them or dethroning them when it comes to at least the arena shooter scene. And it's just like, they feel like I feel like this Halo is a perfect example of them just taking them lightly, where like they feel like they probably had nothing to fucking fear. And
why would they?
Yeah, exactly. Based on the history, why would they, right? But
you're like, oh, Halo 5, they tried Halo 5. Like,
yeah.
People forget, like, I know it was like 5 years ago, but Halo 5, 343 was putting out money. They were trying to make that competitive scene work.
Right.
And it just didn't take.
Right.
That is not the problem this time around. Because if we look at Raleigh, maybe me and Liquid might do some coverage. We don't know. We don't want to say, right?
Yeah.
But the open bracket, 256 teams already sold out. The pro scenes are locked down. I think audience is already sold out. Like Raleigh is if Raleigh is the first and last big breath the competitive scene is taking, people are gonna take notice.
Right. Yeah. Are you talking about for like this year? You're saying the last big breath?
This year, their first event.
Yeah. I agree.
Their first event is a guaranteed bang already. It is sold out across the board.
I think also that has to do with a lot of the with the pandemic and stuff like that. Like people can now like probably hit these
100%.
So that's 100%. I know that's part of it, but yeah, dude, way to strike fire at the right time is what I'm trying to get at. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and I couldn't agree with you more, Liquid. This is the year was the best thing to happen to 343.
Yeah, no kidding. They got a year to polish things up and just marinate on it and just get it right.
Yet again, I'm gonna say Chris was right because I forgot my train of thought. I'm trying to remember it. But I said that Halo's been giving every conceivable break.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
And the fruit has been paid for. Multiplayer is awesome. People are getting their first gameplay of campaign, their first 4 missions, and loving it. Everything for Halo is coming up positive, and as more games become beaten and broken, Halo is only going to shine. That's why this 3-month thing is going to lock down. This co-op campaign is going to hit for a little bit, but hopefully in the Halo zeitgeist of the world, hear me out, I'm getting nerdy, that now, because they're trying to make if you looked at the lineup for the for 343 and where they plan to go, they're going international. They're gonna be in Europe. They're gonna be in South America.
Shit.
They're gonna be in Florida, which me and Liquid are definitely gonna do our best to get there. And if we do get there, we're gonna give you on the ground coverage without a problem, guys. I'm gonna
say 90%. There's a 90% chance that we're gonna be there. I'm gonna say 90%. Yeah.
The only reason why we don't get there is because we don't get tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. We'll be outside the venue, just like, hey guys, this is where it's being held down. There's your coverage. We'll see you next week. But yeah, no, dude, I agree. I think it's fun. It's been a blast. I love the competition because it just fucking benefits us. And yeah, I want to see Call of Duty respond to this, because it's just gonna be a back and forth. Oh, dude, could you imagine? Like it'll just be amazing if they do something.
I would love a reinvigorated Call of Duty.
Same.
What does that look like?
Same. Absolutely.
Like, I agree. What happens when like the Beast is just like gets a little wake up call? Because right now he's got a mean right hook.
Yeah.
You know, like, has it rested on its laurels too long? Does it not remember how it felt when it was trying to go after Halo?
Right.
Remember Modern Warfare was a direct competition. We're like, oh man, it's not just Halo anymore. Remember, people used to move their games when it was already done, just so it wouldn't be in the same month as Halo.
Exactly.
I gotta use the bathroom super bad, but Liquid, how about you do the intro and kick it?
Absolutely. We'll kick it to that. Go ahead.
And by the way, I'm about to go to Gotham. Crunch.
So while Chris is flying away, let's kick it to the lot. We'll go down the list ourselves here. We'll get it all taken care of here. So that being said, for those who don't know, the lot is our list of transactions. So if you want to be part of the lot, it's our Patreon. You pay a minimum of $1. You get early content. We're planning on throwing some more content on there as well, so you'll be ready for that. You also get your name shout out. You can get your name, your channel, whatever you prefer to get shouted out. We do it for you here. So without further ado, let's go down this list. It'd probably be better if I had the list actually pulled up before I mentioned everything. Regardless, here we are. So first of all, we have Alex, aka King Shadow. If you don't know him, he's on Twitch, King Shadow _1. He'll go ahead, you can find him there, and yeah, just check out his content. He's working on trying to get that Onyx and Halo. I know we talked about Halo earlier, so he's just trying his damnness. Other than that, we got or next on the list rather, we got Jessica. Jessica, thank you so much. We know we've been trying your damnness to help out with the channel as much as possible. Her family's actually given us some feedback, and I think we've taken it to heart, so that's nice. We've got Nung, ongoing joke. Nung seems to forget that she's actually pledged $1 to us. I don't think she watches anything. She doesn't even know that it's happening, but hey, we still appreciate it, so thank you so much, Nung. Chris is back, thankfully.
You have failed this city. What's going on?
So hey, we're just going down the list. So far, we're 3 in right now.
Oh my god, there was someone down the road. He was like, "I'm gonna burn the city to the ground," and I was like, "Have you played Halo Infinite?" And he said it was pretty good.
Okay. And well, that's all that really matters, is that it's pretty good. Am I right?
And I was like, "You won't fail this city." Then he ran.
Right.
He's so fast. He's the fastest man alive. I think he's a Flash.
So next,
he said his name was Barry.
Oh yeah, then you're probably onto something. Next on the list here, we've got Patrick, aka Patty Cakes. Thank you so much.
Patrick, oh my god, I gotta tell you right quick. I'm sorry, guys. I know he's been running, and I'm gonna tell you. Patrick's like, "Hey man, I'm making deer ham. You could come by." And I was like, "Yeah."
Hold on. Deer ham? Is that what you just said?
I mean,
right now?
deer. He's been deer shoulder. It's a deer shoulder. I said deer ham, but it's a deer shoulder.
Okay.
Now, liquid. Hear me out.
What's
the thing is, I had to respectfully tell him that it's the opening weekend of Halo, so it's about to be a complete banger, right? He invited me. I felt bad, but liquid. I'm telling you one thing. If there was a way I can guarantee that I get in there, eat the food, hang out for an hour, and leave instantly, I'd probably go. I can't guarantee that stuff, right? But I'm telling you, with Patrick and his family's secret sauce,
okay,
it's so good, liquid.
Really?
Can I say this? And I know it's insensitive. I'm going into the multiverse. No. It is diabetes. Like it's like you know when like something's so good, like it just instantly gives you diabetes.
Right.
Look, like liquid hit, like the shit is so good. It takes them like 6-7 hours to make.
Wait, so okay, I'm a little confused.
Have you ever had deer?
No, never. I'd be down to try it at all times.
Liquid. If you want to go, he's doing a thing this weekend. If you want to go, and you can guarantee that I leave early, and we get you this controller, and I'll give you gas money, I can make a thing happen. We can get you to try deer this weekend.
Ooh, that sounds great.
Top tier deer.
We'll have to set something together. We'll have to do something. We'll check it out. I know you mentioned diabetes. All right.
Good times.
I'm assuming just from the sauce, right? Because usually meat doesn't give you diabetes.
No, bro. He has like a family like sauce thing, and it is. I remember because it was one of those things we were like eating and drinking and other stuff, and then it's just like, let me just keep on picking at it.
What's the other stuff? Eating, drinking, and other stuff. Oh, okay. We'll leave it at that.
Swimming, and then like. So we were swimming some laps, right?
Yeah, okay.
And then it was just like, and there was a lot. There was nothing left when we were done. Like,
really?
Because it was just so good. And I remember I was like, yo, straight up, if I could put this like barbecue sauce in a cup and drink it, I would.
My God, it's that good, huh?
Bro, that shit was so... And like, you think like, Chris, you're overselling it. I'm not.
I believe you.
Best deer I ever had in my life.
Is that the only deer you've ever had, or is that the ultimate? No. Yeah, I've had gator, I've had other things, but man, yeah, never had deer. I always wanted to try it.
Bro, I love deer.
Yeah?
Deer is so good.
If you can compare it to any other meat, is there... what else could you compare it to? I'm sorry. Mature.
You know, the only thing, like, have you ever had, like, a beef brisket?
I have.
Like, I want to say something like along that lines. Like it's a fancier meat. Think of it like that.
Okay.
Because there's something about a wild animal. Anytime you have something that's like hunted and killed, and I know this is like how some people feel, and I'm sorry if this offends you, but like there's something about it like not being home chicken or like a cow like what we're used to. Something out in the wild that has to like live. It just tastes better.
Like,
and I thought people said it and it was bullshit, but it's 100% fact.
No, I agree, because when I eat crabs, for example, and I'm breaking into those motherfuckers, there's nothing else better at the time. Dipping them into the butter, yeah, absolutely. Let's continue to this lot here.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. Next on this, we have.
I'm talking about the people at home.
No, it's fine. I accept your apology, your personal apology to me. Next on the list, we have Andreas, aka Daddy Warbucks.
Andreas, guys, the end of the story. He's working with us. He had his week training.
It happened.
I didn't train him. It happened. He's there. And we talk about video games, and it's a good time.
Hey, congratulations, Andreas, bro. This one's to you, baby.
Hey, Andreas. Love you, Bobby. He's on PC now.
Oh, PC kid. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Next on the list, we have Annie, or Annie. My significant other.
Annie, that, you know, like, Anne Marie is just like, I'm like happy that Liquid decided to date a white woman, you know?
Is that what you get? Okay.
So, by the way, guys, if you know, I want someone down low in the comments to write Anne Marie's a white woman. Okay. And then we all like it.
Okay.
All right. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I don't think so neither. But next on the list, we have Joshua Torres, aka Infinite Neo. You could check him out on Twitch as well.
Josh came in. He kind of set up our stream. We're still trying to figure out the kinks, but he came in, pulled in the extra shift. Infinite Neo, you're a real one. And honestly, surprisingly, doing pretty good in Halo Infinite.
Yeah, I agree too, man. It's been welcoming. I didn't expect much, so he's been exceeding my expectations.
Ooh, okay, man. I wasn't saying all that.
I'm just busting balls, bro. I'm busting balls. Next on this, we have Justin Torres, aka Tampa Cornflake,
aka Onyx.
Yeah,
Cornflake.
The Onyx, man. And for those who don't know, I called out King Shadow for looking up Tampa Cornflake's rank, because when he said Onyx, he looked him up, and we caught him on 4K. He'll deny it, but we saw it. We all know. Oh my god.
Bro, you want to know who your friend, your enemies, dog? Let them start a Twitch chat. We're all cheersing Justin's success, all right? Because I love when Justin succeeds. I love when Liquid succeeds. I love when my friends are positive. Alex, though, he hates. He's a hater. He's got hate in his soul.
Absolutely.
So when he heard that he was Onyx, and he didn't like, oh, was he in the team? And that's why. No, Justin solo queued that sumbitch because my boy puts it down on the floor. Don't get me wrong, he's a Chocosaurus Rex when it comes to 1v1s, and I love giving him shit for it. But like, Justin puts it down in rank.
Yeah.
And Alex is salty. Sorry, Alex, you're not good enough.
Wow. Next on the list, we have my Dead Space 3 partner, Ivan. Ivan, what's up, brother?
Wait a minute. Shouldn't he be number one?
Wait. Oh. You're right. My mistake. We actually have Matt as number 2. So hold on. Everything you heard what I just said before this, don't remember it. Matt.
The second best there is, the second best there was, and the second best there ever will be, my brother Matt.
Oh, thank you so much, dude. And then number 1, the best friend, my Dead Space 3 partner, also,
and my best friend,
Ivan.
Oh my
AKA
God,
Thotty Too Hottie.
AKA the focal point on YouTube, Instagram. Go follow him. He is a diamond in the rough. He's building right now. That it's compacting. It was a coal and it's becoming a diamond. Get in on the ground floor, guys. You know when someone said, "Hey, get to Bitcoin, get some Bitcoin," and you didn't believe them, and you're like, "Damn, I wish I would have got some Bitcoin." Dial into the focal point, okay? Anyway, not saying because he gave me money to say, and he slipped a hot 20 in my pocket, but. No, but congratulations to Ivan. He saw the landscape and he made a decision, and now he is the number one believer in the microtransaction. My best friend. If I get married tomorrow, he's the one sitting to my right.
Nice. Huh? Thank you so much for everyone here.
And I'm gonna tell the story I told off air. Okay, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick, but like it's funny because I say that like whoever's the number one patron is my best friend, and I said it to Ivan. I'm like, oh, so you're my best fucking friend, and I didn't realize it was gonna touch his soul, and you could tell because he was like, and I was like, oh, I don't think anyone's ever like flat out said that to Ivan before, because it touched his soul, and it was the sweetest thing, bro.
Oh man, that's funny.
It was adorable. So like, Ivan, real talk, man, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for honestly, all jokes aside, none of you guys have to do any of this, and you do it anyway because you realize that me and Liquid are working so hard and we're doing our best. Thank you so much to every single one. Every cent you give us matters so much, and it's propelling us forward. So yes. We wouldn't be where we're at right now. I wouldn't be in Gotham City if it wasn't for our patrons at home. So yet again, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. Love you all, per usual.
Be cool.
Oh, this one's off to you for every single one of you beautiful bastards out there.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Thank you again so much. We love you all. You guys are great. And I know that Liz is like that, but she gave us the capture card, so I think that was another shout out.
Oh, that's right.
Herself.
Liz, thank you.
She did give us yeah. So Liz, thank you as well.
You're making the dream. You're keeping the dream alive, and that's all I can ask for.
Yep. So yet again, thank you guys. And for the people who are just watching at home that are like, okay, we get it, patrons give you money. We love you guys too. Don't worry about it. Our normal viewers, we love you. Yeah, don't. You got a cute butt. You watching right now? You cute butt.
Nice butt. All right.
Nice butt.
So now let's get back into the swing of things here. So Saints Row, it got delayed. All right. Huge shocker. I know, Chris. It was supposed to release February 25th, 2022.
But we've seen so much trailers about it, Liquid.
Dude, we've seen all the gameplays. All right, all the gameplay. Psych, we didn't see any gameplay. We just saw trailers. All right, February 25th was the original
trailer.
we saw a trailer. February 25th was the original release date of next year. It's now moved to August 23rd, so approximately 6 months after the fact. You know what's funny?
Liquid.
What's up? Go ahead.
Burrito bet. You think it's coming out this day?
Dude,
I'm gonna say no.
You know what's funny is that right before you said that, I'm like, I was gonna tell you straight up. I'm like, I'll be honest, I don't think they're gonna hit this fucking August day. Absolutely.
Okay, good. I was like, let's take a burrito bet, bro. I was like, there's no way they hit the number. This game is not coming out this year.
Right before you said that, like I was exactly about to be like, listen, I'll be honest with you, this August date does not look cool to me. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't matter. Like, look, we haven't seen any gameplay. We've got one trailer for a few seconds long, or however much it was. It was
CG trailer.
CG trailer. Gameplay. No gameplay. Exactly. Like, we don't know what the hell to expect. They've been quiet on it, I think, for the most part. So yeah, this game's not coming out this year. I don't see it happening neither. No. Sorry. No, if you were excited for it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I get it because people are legitimately excited for it because Saints Row is a big deal.
Yeah.
To a good amount of people.
Yeah.
But it didn't. This is what I'm talking about when I say that games are like it's only gonna get worse before it gets better.
Right.
And I think Saints Row is a canary in a coal mine. I think it just shows you that a lot of these games that are promised to us to come out are not. And February is a stack month as is. And it was better to get out of the way to get involved because there's a little game, you may have heard of it, it's called Elden Ring. Probably definitely gonna drop because people have actually played the game.
Right.
And get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, don't do it. Just get out of there. Get away from February. That's really what it comes down to. That being said, I don't think there's really else to say anything about Saints Row. We kind of expected this to happen. We expected a delay, and we completely expect another delay. So it's just gonna happen. Like you said, that's the state of the world. Speaking of, I'm sorry, you have anything else to say?
No, honestly, I was gonna say And it's not because like Saints Row is in development hell. It's just as a development hell as any other game going up during this time.
They're just a victim of everybody else. Same thing or same
a victim of circumstances.
Exactly. Unless you're Activision and you got other victims.
Unless you're EA, you're like, oh, you know what, our game's broken. We'll still charge $100 for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, fuck EA, bro. We're never gonna get sponsored by EA, so I no longer care. But like seriously, like bro, you dead. I'm sorry, I'm really salty about it.
No, it's fine.
But, like think of, because at least the people that are coming out with Saints Row is like, hey, the game's not done. Push it back. EA was like, this is coming hell or high water.
Right.
And think about it, EA didn't have to. Like Battlefield didn't have to come out.
Right. Sure. You're right. It could have been delayed by a year. Look.
I'm sorry. I know that's
no, it's fine. I had a surprise. I was gonna save it for the show. We got an email from EA saying they wanted to sponsor us. They took it away now, though. They're gone. They're done.
Good.
There was an email, but I couldn't read it because it was in a file size that I didn't recognize, and it just didn't make sense. The textures just didn't look good on my screen.
I couldn't see the textures. There was a boat driving on the thing. It just covered up. You know how boats do that.
Let's get into I guess a little bad news here. So PS5 sales have finally slowed down a little bit. Finally, I say. So they hit 13.4
finally,
million.
You're right.
Yeah, they hit 13.4 million for their second fiscal year. That's as of September 30th. Now, still respectable. I'm not gonna. The numbers are still good. Like, you're still great numbers. However, this is 500,000 or approximately 500,000 shorter than they were for the PS4 sales around the same time. So, and by the way, Switch is in a similar situation, and apparently it's still going to get worse before it gets better because they still can't. Apparently, they're delivering PlayStation 5s on like 747 Boeings. Like not even going through shipping carriers now at this point, just to try to get them out here. So they're trying their damnedest. Again, there's a chip shortage, and I'm not talking about potato chips. If you watch our extra episode, you'll know. I'm not going to explain it here, but yeah, there's a chip shortage, so it's affecting everything. Switch, I believe they also had a number in mind. They're not going to hit it, or at least they're admitting they're not going to hit it. Again, PlayStation did the same thing. Chris. Suddenly, that games as a service model is looking pretty cool right now. Am I right?
Bro, you couldn't be more right. As the Xbox shill on this show, it is what it is. I love Xbox. I love everything they're doing. I love the games that are coming out for it. I'm unapologetic at this point.
For the record, I love Xbox too, not as much as Chris, but I love what they've done. I'm a huge fan.
How many Vitas do you own?
One.
That's one too many.
That's
anyway,
one. Go
back to your home on Vita Island.
But ask me, how many devices do I have Game Pass on? All right, and it's like 5.
An infinite amount.
There's like 5 of them at least. Like
76.
Like I have it on my tablet. I have it on my phone. I have it on Fallout 76. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I love xCloud, by the way. I think for some reason, and this is gonna sound crazy, I think xCloud is probably my favorite feature of Game Pass. But carry on.
And that's not crazy at all. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. It's fun as hell. I love it.
I was trying to get to Ivan. I'm like, just play the games on xCloud. It's like, oh, but the latency. I'm like, bro, the latency is not as I think it is.
Right. I think it depends on connection. Like I've seen some games do run better than others.
Obviously.
From what I've experienced. But like, for example, like I played Psychonauts on it. I've played Hades on it. I've played Avengers on it. I played a little bit of Forza on it. I played Halo on it. And even though like Halo is not an experience I really want to play on it, but Avengers, it runs better than it does on at least the PC side of things. I'll be honest with you, because like even at the lowest settings, it still runs like shit. But through the xCloud, it's playable. Let's just put it that way. And I'm having a blast. I'm liking this Avengers game, dude. I'm coming off of Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm playing Avengers now. So yeah, this game of service is xCloud.
It's funny because I would love to play Avengers with you. I just
wait. It broke up. You're not gonna play Avengers?
No, there's no way I'm playing Avengers.
I just want to play the campaign. I don't care about anything else. Like after I'm done with the campaign, I'm like, I'm not even gonna touch it again after this. So, but I do want to play the campaign.
There's no end game There's no end game stuff anyway, so you're fine.
Yeah, I figured that. Anyway. So I'm loving the Kamala Khan. Like I don't know. It's
right. She's the best part of that campaign,
dude. I didn't think I would like her. Like I'm like, oh,
she's the reason. She is the reason why I was continuing to play that game.
I think she's gonna be the reason why I do too.
And she's the voice actress. I don't know who she is, but like she brought it home. Like you realize, like she makes you feel that the Avengers are a big deal, and like she's a fan, and then she has a responsibility thrust upon her. But then it's also this mix of situation, but she's still a child, and it's coming. Like it's just like it's so good.
Yeah.
And that's the shitty part about the game, though, because something shines so bright, and then you just see shit around it.
Yeah. It's I haven't gotten that far yet where I think I feel like I see shit around it, but so far I've been having a blast playing on my tablet.
Hey man, great. More power to you, buddy. If you enjoy the game more than I do, I wish I could enjoy that game. I remember just playing the game and feeling so defeated, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm feeling.
I remember not being happy that I wasn't.
I got you.
Cause you know how like some gamers get a hard on for games being bad.
yeah, no kidding, absolutely. Yeah, people love like, to hate on shit.
Yeah, and like I remember being like, "Fuck, I love Avengers. I love their friends." I saw Shang-Chi last weekend, and I was like, "Oh, it's good to just watch good Marvel movies, boy." And I'm like, "Man, I wish I could just go play a Marvel game right now and feel the same way." And I'm like, Anyway, I digress. Going back to it, PlayStation selling less. I know we went on Avengers things. You just gonna I make the joke that anything's possible on Game Pass, but right now Game Pass, maybe not, obviously not on purpose, but because of everything that's going on, the world has just flown to the sun, and everyone's been loving it, and it's just like one of those things now. It's trying to get Game Pass to the casual market right now,
right? Because
like I was trying to convey to one of my friends, like I need an Xbox, and I was like, technically you don't need an Xbox. I'm like, you need Game Pass. And I was trying to tell them, I'm like, hey, you already did it. Just trying to change the narrative of the conversation, because even Liquid, like on our earlier episodes of the microtransaction, you said it's not about consoles being sold, it's about subscriptions,
right? And
how it was even jarring for someone that so experiences you into the gaming market.
Yeah, it's I've always went by console sales. That's been the big thing. Hell, there was a book that I read by Blake Harris called Console Wars that talks about the fight between Sega Genesis and Nintendo at the time. Great read, by the way. But yeah, that's for years and years and years we've known this industry that's like you're top dog if you're the one who's selling. You're selling the most consoles. But now that narrative is changing. It's now subscriptions, and don't get me wrong, I don't know like how many subscriptions, and I feel like nobody really knows how many subscriptions equal a successful like you know what I'm saying, like, hey, what's good, what's up.
Phil Spencer is already saying that Game Pass is very self-reliant already. How people remember the narrative being, and I know I'm sorry if I'm cutting into our other episode.
No, this is great because this is kind of what I wanted to talk about.
Okay, but Phil Spencer, I'm sorry I hit that. Sorry for audio listeners. Anyway, but he said that it's already successful enough. It's already what is it, stabilizing?
Oh yeah, sure.
Like,
I think it's good. I think people
understand. It's already taking care of itself. It's already repelling Xbox and changing the conversation like we're having it. And PlayStation losing numbers because they bet they bet on PlayStation being able to sell.
Right.
And normally they would be 1,000% right. Nintendo would be 1,000% right. Steam Deck also had a delay. We didn't talk about it, but I'm going to bring it up now because we're talking about console. Steam Deck got a delay, and it basically pushed everything back one fiscal year. So if you were getting it in January, now you're going to be getting it if you were getting it like in spring, now you're getting it in summer, and they just shuffled everything that way. So if you didn't know, you had the Steam Deck, you're watching this, hate to be that guy, but you're getting your stuff like at least 3 months later. Best case. But PlayStation bet on that, and normally they would be right, but the world didn't regroup fast enough, and now we're starting to see the pandemic. We're starting to see, like, in gaming, and I know this sounds crappy the way I'm going to say it or phrase it, but we're seeing the downside in gaming when it comes to the pandemic.
Right, I agree with you. Now, I want to give a little pushback on that, because I remember there was an article, and I just pulled it up right now as well, is that, so there was even though, because like the thing is, we don't know, I feel like, I know that's, like you said, Phil Spencer said that and everything like that, but however, it seems like well, at the end of the day, Xbox, they're not releasing their numbers. They don't release their numbers.
They did release numbers.
Well, I guess for console sales, they're not releasing numbers. Now, as far as subscription sales, by my, like, I read actually, and I'm actually on IGN site right now, an article by Matt Kim. This was November 15th. This was actually, what, just a few days ago.
Like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Of recording.
Apparently, like, the sales are falling down, is what they're saying. Apparently.
No. That happened, like, remember I brought it up in last week's episode, where technically the numbers had dropped down, but like, if you, like, analysts were looking at it, and they were like, well, at the beginning, they, like, went over their numbers, so in this section they hit numbers, and technically they're coming up even.
That's what I was gonna get to. Well, I guess it went up by 37.5 and then dropped by 47.8.
Yeah,
is what it's saying. So it's actually, so it's taking more of a hit, is what it sounds like.
But the thing is, and I'm gonna say it, Halo.
And I'm glad you brought that up as well, because I also wanted to talk about that, because I know Halo's gonna hit, you know, and I expect to see a raise in that number, obviously.
December 8th.
Not even just from Halo, even Forza, I expect to see a raise, at least a little.
It already did, apparently.
Yeah, so I expect to see at least a little bump, and I think Halo's gonna bump it up even further, obviously. And but this is what my question is that, like, we've seen Game Pass before Halo, before Forza, essentially it thrive on third-party software, am I right? I mean, there hasn't really been big first-party IP out there, but third-party stuff has been really driving Game Pass home, in my opinion. At least for me, it has. You know, and,
I would agree.
Yeah, so like we mentioned the games here. When the first-party stuff releases, like, because essentially you that's got to be what they're waiting on, right? They're waiting for the first party stuff to finally get out there. All the studios that they acquired, you know, start releasing some games. We're starting to see it. We see Forza, we see Halo, and then there's you know, a lot of other stuff, you know, on the horizon. Do we see a slowdown on the third?
Was that a thing? Was that a pun?
Not intentional, but hey, we'll make it a pun. Fuck it, right?
Okay, I was like, because I was.
So, you know, we see these things now. Do we see the third-party stuff slow down? Is what I'm trying to get at. And that's what I'm asking.
No,
really?
I don't think so. I think no. There's There's already what was it? Because it's escaping right now. There's a big third-party game. They're like, yes, it will be on Game Pass, and people were freaking the fuck out about it already. And I forgot the name of the title, but I remember I was like, ooh, boy. But that was before Halo came out. I was like, am I really gonna play it?
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But that's a Chris thing. That's not like a general gaming thing.
Sure.
But no, I think Forza it's already like had the best sales of Xbox history.
Okay.
Like Game Pass and people playing it. Like I think like concurrent wise on Steam.
Yeah.
It had like 8 million people.
Right.
Like it shows that we are starved for quality content. And right now, as of the end of 2021, Xbox is the one shelling it out because PlayStation is having a very quiet fall.
Right.
Switch is coming out with
Pokemon.
Brilliant Diamond, Shine and Pearl.
Right.
Even though great things I'm hearing already.
Right.
But it doesn't have the and it's wild to say it, but it doesn't have like the new and shiny that a new Halo Infinite does because it is a remake, like Liquid said on last week's episode. And I think I wonder if like Halo and the hype of Halo will affect Pokemon at all. I don't expect it will.
Right.
Like, what do you think?
If it would, no, I don't think it'll affect the hype at all. I disagree. Or not that I disagree, but no, I don't think so. I don't think it will affect it at all. it's just too different. Like, it's just not. I don't think it makes sense. Now, I do want to bring up though is that I know I brought up Halo as far as the Game Pass, and I expect the numbers to bump up, but essentially you don't need Game Pass for Halo. You need it for the campaign, sure, but not the multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm wondering. I still think there will be people who are probably confused, thinking they do need it. Like, I think you're still gonna get a few of those in there, you know. Like, but I think they'll. But the good thing is you got them in, and now they'll be able to see the value of it because it's a great value, obviously. But you see, I guess. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm sorry. I cut you off in the middle of the sentence. Finish your sentence.
Well, I was gonna say that to your point, I was gonna disagree with you. I do think they dial it back with the third-party software. I think once the first-party software starts to come out, they start dialing it back because, like, why pay X amount of dollars to Square Enix or fucking who else am I thinking of third-party shit that just came out, or that's like who did Back for Blood? I forget who they are, but whatever, I think it's I think they're under Warner Brothers as a publisher, if I'm not mistaken. So why pay the Warner Brothers publishers for Back for Blood when you can have, like, you got Redfall coming out with a vampire, that game, you know what I'm saying? Like, why pay these third party companies when you could just, when you're doing it yourself? Like, these are why you bought these developers, right? To keep your shit afloat, to make people want, hey, come and take our shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you don't have to rely on third party. So I feel like it does die down. I don't think that's going to be a bad thing. I still think we get great things from their first party studios. I mean, hell, I was never a believer in Double Fine. I like Psychonauts, but never a believer in Double Fine. Now, the next thing Double Fine comes out, I'm going to play day one. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think Turn 10, Forza, I think the same thing. I'll try it out. Anything else that's going to come out, now that I have Game Pass, hell yeah, I'll try it out.
And that's the point I'm trying to make with the third party thing. Mm-hmm. It has shown I think instead of Xbox reaching out to publishers, mm-hmm. I think we're gonna get the inverse, where people are reaching out to Xbox for secure money.
Okay.
Because that's what Game Pass is. Secure money, eyes on product, and then if you're a small indie developer, mm-hmm. you get guaranteed money. You know your video game is your company is gonna survive this video game, and then maybe you get new eyes. Okay. And now on your next thing, people are like, oh, they remember this game on Game Pass? Remember how you liked it? Yeah, I played it. It was good. Oh, they're making this. Oh shit, maybe I'll check it out. And just that audience traversing, mm-hmm. that Game Pass audience is a real thing, because that was the part of the heat. Sorry to bring it back to Battlefield, but I'm going to, where people are like, yo, the 10 hours thing was great for Game Pass, don't get me wrong, it's awesome,
right?
But people are like, hey, you had the special edition, mm-hmm. and these people got to play early, but I'm like, the full Game Pass audience hasn't even attacked your servers yet, and it's already janked. And gotcha. You like, Game Pass brings an audience, and that audience is there.
I gotcha.
And you know what I mean? It's just like, it's undeniable now. Xbox Game Pass, I would even say Game Pass audience is separate from Xbox fans.
I don't think you're crazy for saying that.
It's a little wild, but it's not that wild.
Yeah, it's not that wild. And I also want to play a little devil's advocate to what you're saying, though, is that so, like you said, Game Pass, and I'm loving this conversation, by the way, it's great. I kind of wish we kind of started with this one, to be honest with you. But with the whole Game Pass thing, like you said, you're gonna probably see publishers come to Game Pass like, hey, yeah, like, we want that X amount of dollars, but or whatnot. They're gonna want to have their game put on Game Pass. But I think that's now a double-edged sword, because now you got the publishers like, we know our game's probably shit, so we want our shit on Game Pass, so we can have that guaranteed money right now. You know what I'm saying? And now that's that hurts the consumer. I feel like, and that being said, hopefully, Xbox or Microsoft has someone like a quality assurance to get in there and be like, listen, that's not gonna fly. That's when you got to start coming. Obviously have that backup.
Apparently, rumor.
Okay.
But apparently, there's been a couple of those situations have already happened.
I'd love to hear about those, man. If I could be a fly on the wall.
It's one of those things like, hey, I can't say anything.
Damn.
But there's been games that try to run their games through Game Pass, and quality assurance is like, nah, dog, we can't do this. Because it's funny, because you think about like how many like silly games are on Game Pass, and they got in there, but they understand the wealth of video games. They understand that something could be silly and dumb and still be on Game Pass, and you're like, I'll give it a download. Like, yo, Liquid, you want to play this random at like what Theme Washer 2000? Like, yeah, let's theme wash some stuff. And we just laugh and we joke around, and like that's what it is. But the game works. But like it's already happened apparently.
Well, hey, if I could be a fly on the wall and listen to those conversations, I would love to see how that goes down.
I would love to see Big Phil just fucking shut someone the fuck
out.
Yo,
for real, just step in and just hit him with that stamp denied on their fucking contract. Just that's what I want. Like a big oversized fucking cartoon stamp. It just says it across the
and there's an X in the background.
Oh man, dude. Hey, I think we're gonna end it on that one here. Do you have anything else you have to say to the kids?
No, honestly, I know we said it earlier in the episode, but what's his face is a douchebag. Bobby Kotick. The only thing I want to say about Bobby Kotick is I'm gonna make it real quick.
Go ahead.
Bobby Kotick, you can't have someone rebuild a house who initially burned it to the ground. So they need to fucking get rid of him.
You know what? And the sad thing is that these the investors are actually backing him up, which is a problem in itself. So yeah, I agree with you. I'm in agreement with 100%. So we'll end it on that one here. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us on this little adventure, this little conversation that we've had together. So we do it every week. Come and join us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Other than that, hey, this is Chris. I've been Liquid. Per usual, I've been Liquid. Yeah. Per usual, love each other. Take care. But above all else, be cool. And we'll see you on the next microtransaction.
This has been a microtransaction.
It sure has.